And now here we go again.
It's time for another episode of those shit-talking guys, full of opinions on games, music, cultures, and other random shit, all while humiliating each other. This is Generation Flip. Don't forget, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And now, wrapping it up, here's your hosts.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Sorry for the little technical issues here, but it is what it is, guys. Straight coming live for you guys. Open topic, open Fridays, so we can discuss anything topic. I got a few things I want to talk about. Brown's got a few things to talk about. Once again, my co-host, Big Brown from San Jose.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? I'm kind of excited. You know, we got a few things in the makings right now. I'm pretty excited with some guests coming up in the next week or so. But we're moving forward in the right direction. And Flip, let's get it off your chest, baby. What's eating at you? I need to know.
Man, I tell you, man, I got a few things that happened to me just alone today, man, at work. It was a pretty difficult and stressful morning, I should say, early morning. But before I do that, I also want to thank you guys for subscribing. I did get a couple subscribers later on in the day. Thank you for that. Hopefully you tune in now or later. Doesn't make a difference. Drop a comment in the comment and hit us up what you guys think we should talk about, any open topics, or if you'd like to come on the show, hit us up. You know, we'll be working something out with you guys. But again, much love. I got a notification to YouTube. I sent you the text yesterday. We're up to 2,000, I think 2,200 viewers. So nice. That's impressive. It's only been a month. So it's going up. It's going up, you know, slowly, but it's going up, and I definitely appreciate that, guys. I really do. So moving on, topic today, open topic. Anything you guys like to discuss? You know, hit us up in the comments or live chat. We're live right now, and chat us away. In the meanwhile, Brown, woo, what a day! What a day! Let me start off by saying this morning, it started out pretty okay. This one might be a time we might call Manny up in here.
Right.
Because I tell you, I'm driving today, and apparently I had this young woman, about 20, I say mid-20s. She boarded the bus. And she sat in the very back of the bus, and she's kind of stirring some shit up back there. And she takes an inhaler, I guess one of those computer dusters. I guess that's what kids are doing nowadays. They're inhaling computer dusters, you know? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so I'm hearing it. I don't see it yet. I'm hearing it. You know, she's in there. I'm like, the hell, I'm looking in the mirror and I see her grab, she's got 2 cans and she's all thrown out in the back of the bus, man. I kid you not, bro. So, you know, my duty is to make sure that the safety of the passengers are accounted for, you know? And so I'm rolling down and, I contact my control center, let them know what's going on and I need assistance, you know, right away, you know? Fortunately, I get to the next couple of stops, and there's another dude that gets on the bus. Happens to know the girl. They're having a ball back there. You can imagine. Party time. What, to 4 o'clock in the morning in the back of the bus, bro. Party time. So it gets a little out of control back there. And so, the best thing I'm thinking in my head, as a professional driver, I've been doing this for 22 years. And the best thing is thinking, I want to go home to my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I want to approach this scenario? You know? And this is not just me. This is my fellow coworkers out there. You know who you are. You know, we all deal with this, and it's a tough job. So we all come to at a point like, how are we going to approach this scenario? Is this a life-threatening scenario? Is this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think my best tactic is be cool, keep on trying to roll, make sure that they're not harming anybody, first of all, as long as they're not harming anybody, the police are on their way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping this bus rolling until I see, you know, otherwise, you know, then I would pull over and then, you know what I mean, take action. But at this moment, all they're doing is being foolish back there and inhaling the dusters. So unfortunately, I didn't have good enough. I didn't have any children on the bus. So 4:00 in the morning, getting high in the back of the bus, I approach a intersection and got called. Hey, you know, stop the bus where you're at now. The LAPD is on their way. They want you to stop and don't proceed any further. So I'm thinking, holy crap. Okay, so I'm going to stop these buses. I got a stack of regular people, regular passengers that they go to work on a daily basis. You know, they know me. You know, they see me every day. You know what I mean? What am I going to tell them? They're getting annoyed and pissed because I'm sitting there for a little bit already. So right. my thing is, I want these two idiots still stay on the bus because I really, to be honest with you, I want them to get caught. You know what I'm saying? So I was driving really slow at every stop, you know, really slow so that it gives the cops a chance to roll up. Well, when they called me, told me to stop the bus there, my regular passengers are getting upset. Hey, you know, what's taking so long? Let's continue. Well, I can't tell them what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to create a panic situation there. So I said, oh, we're ahead of schedule. We're just got to sit for a little bit. So we're sitting still, dude. And we're talking about maybe now has passed about 10 minutes. All right.
Wow.
10 minutes have passed. No police officer. No help. All right. I get on the phone, called my control maybe three times already by now. 3 times. Hey, what's the ETA on the cops? What's the ETA on the cops? Now, these people do not see me on the phone. They're in the back, whatever, you know, and I'm trying to call my dispatch. So what appears to be, it's just a real weird situation. So I'm standing, right, Brown, I'm standing at the bus stop in my seat, waiting for the cops to come. And these people are nagging me to keep on going, but they don't know really what's going on back there, you know?
Right.
So I make the buzzer sound on my bus to make it sound like the bus is breaking down. So it makes this loud buzzing sound, right?
Yeah.
Pop open the back door and make the buzzing sound, whatever. And I say, oh, man, damn it. You know, play the part, go out there and open up the back and damn it, you know? These idiots are still in the back getting high, bro.
Wow.
Okay? 25 minutes have passed and not one officer showed up. Not one.
Tax dollars at work. Crazy.
25 minutes, bro. I stood at the corner. 25 minutes.
Wow.
Now, I'm not putting down the LAPD. I'm not. What I'm suggesting is that they should do a better job in reaction time here. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not. Response time is very important, especially for us operators. All right? So I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed. I get on the phone. I'm contacting dispatch. I'm letting them know. Hey, what's the ETA? What's the ETA? They're still on the bus. They're still on the bus. What's going on, you know? I can only do so much. Now, they're not harming anybody. They're not, you know what I mean? It's not life-threatening. I get it. I understand. But they're still causing a disturbance on the bus. So, and they're getting high on the bus, you know, wow, with people in there, you know? So, you know, what am I going to do, Brown? You know, what would you do?
You know, that's a tough call, man, especially when dispatch tells you to stop and wait. You know, you want to follow the proper protocol, but what makes it difficult and it puts you in an uncomfortable spot is that here you are stopping and waiting, and there's there's no response team coming to help. You know, and at that time, you know, it becomes a judgment call in my book, right? You either just say, you know what, get them to, I'm en route. You know, but then again, at the time of assessment, you have to make that judgment call, right? But you're hoping the cavalry's coming, and when it doesn't come, it's kind of disheartening.
Up. It is.
Yeah.
It is
kind of like,
up.
it's tax dollars, man. I pay these cats they need to be here to protect me or protect my my occupants, and it's not happening. So therefore, I think it becomes a judgment call. What would I probably do? I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably act like the bus broke down. But after you can only do that for so long, right?
Exactly.
I did that so long, and then people are going to start hawing around and what's going on. And
Right.
then hopefully, I don't know the outcome. You haven't got to it yet.
I'm going to get there.
Yeah, I probably would just fire the fucking thing up and start rolling.
With them still in the back.
I mean, what are you going to do?
You're still in the back. What are you going to do, right? So
Yeah.
here's what I did. So I waited 25 minutes, and only one of them got off the bus, which was the female, who was so wasted, so gone beyond her mind. All right. She was in La La Land. She was in Wonderland. All right. She gets off and she runs across the street, catty corner in a major intersection, and takes off. All right. Acting a fool. The gentleman is still in the bus. Now he sits there maybe 30 minutes now. And finally he gets off the bus. And as he gets off the bus, he's just walking forward. And I'm thinking, okay, so all my passengers are already like outside wondering what the hell's going on. And I don't want to make a panic situation there. So I'm like, okay, hey, check this out, guys. We had a little incident on the bus. I'm going to call my control right now and see if we can keep on going. So I call the dispatch and say, hey, they're off the bus, completely off the bus. These people got to go where they got to go. Do you still want me to wait here for the police to show up? They said, oh, they haven't showed up? I said, no, it's 25, 30 minutes. They haven't showed up. So what do you want me to do? They're like, go ahead and proceed en route and you're good to go.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
That is
Bullshit.
I'll tell you that. All right? Because really, dude, what they could have done, and this is what they could have done. I could have kept on going in route, okay? Maybe the chances are they would get off anyways, right?
Right.
Chances are they probably would have got off anyways. And everybody else probably still would have made their exchange, their bus exchange or wherever they got to go, right?
Right.
Also, the cops could have met me. We have time points. Right. So they could have met me ahead of a time point. I'm sure they could have dispatched, hey, his next time point's going to be at such and such corner. Go ahead and dispatch somebody over there and meet him right there. Instead of tracking me down from the backside or wherever you're coming from, meet me at the next time point. And if you can't get to that time point, go to the next time point.
Exactly.
And meet me there. Because the bus only has to go one direction. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't going anywhere else.
Right. You're not going off route.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they could have got him up there or something. You know what I mean? But no, it's very unfortunate this happened. Glad nothing came, nothing bad happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm home now, and I'm thankful for that. And I just want to share that because that was a very disappointing. I was very angry. I was angry at the system. I was like, how can this be? How could this be when you really need the cops? Where are they?
Yeah.
And then the way the protocol worked and all that, the way the dispatch handled it, yeah. So, I mean, does correction need to be done here? Yeah. There's probably some things that they could tuned up and make it better.
Yeah.
But
whether if they prioritized the call, they could have notified dispatch and said, hey, we don't have someone available now, but we'll have someone in 15 minutes down the road. And you guys probably have numbers on your bus, so they'll know what bus it is, like bus 722, so they can locate that bus. I just, a little breakdown in communication, or
I had to do what I had to do, and maybe rookies that are newbies on the force, they probably wouldn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but me being a veteran. You got to play the part. You got to know how to work it. You know what I mean? And I thought that would be the safest bet for me on my behalf to come out, act like the bus is broken down or whatever, and just play the part. You know what I'm saying? So none of the passengers kind of knew what was going on except for one. And he was like, yo, he was a big black guy, and he was like, yo, man, you could have just told me. I would have took his ass off the bus. I was like, yeah, I can't do all that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, Brown. But I tell you, man, I was really upset, and something I'll probably bring up later down the road when we have Manny on the show again. So, the response time. The response time.
He'll
That's
be able
a killer,
to
man.
Some of that, and that's always good to get some insight. Like I said, that last show we had on excessive force, it really made me think a lot about how the process is in their minds going down the road. Speeding, sirens, lights, finding out what's going on ahead of time. So there's probably a lot going on there, but still, I think there's still some broken communication down the road there, or maybe they were limited on force and maybe they were prioritizing the call. So, there's a lot of things that could happen, but no doubt something a little bit more should be, addressed.
I was pissed, dude.
Does anyone on board know how to fly an airplane?
What's this? So, what you got lined up, Brown? What do you got? What do you want to talk? What's on your mind, brother?
I'll tell you what, man. I just got back from a little vacation. I was up in Cabo and had some good R&R, and it just never. When I come back, it feels like it takes a week to get my legs back. And it drives me nuts. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's I need to take vitamins or. I don't drink much, but I'm like, God, every time I come back, I'm wiped out.
Do you when you go out there, do you pound a lot, or you're not a drinker, right?
I can tell you this: when I go to Cabo, I will probably have on that 4-day trip, I probably have 4 drinks. That's it.
Wow.
Not 4 a night. 4 drinks.
4 drinks.
I don't drink much. I always like to be in control, especially when I'm in Mexico. But we none of us do, right? We're older guys. We're older professionals, and we don't like to drink too much. But I just think the sun, the heat, that stuff just knocks me out, man.
Exhaustion.
It exhausts me, man. It takes me about a week to get back. So when I come back to work, I have to meet with a lot of my clients. They're like, hey, man, you look a little tired today. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? We got this happening. We're going to do this, this, and this. We're going to knock this out. I'm going to set up a team. And I'm like, okay, sure. Right? All right, man. But that's the part that drives me bonkers, man, is the aftermath. And I don't even party, and I don't even drink. I don't even do any of that.
Wow.
But I think it's just the excitement. And we were out in a boat and got a little sun and, did a little, having a good time with the guys, laughing, eating some good dinners and things like that. I like to go out with the guys and do that. It makes me, it's just relaxing, right?
You're a single guy, man. You're a single guy now, and you get to enjoy your life a little better, a little more. You know what I mean? I mean, you're not 21 anymore. To go party hardy like these 2 idiots in my back of my bus, but
Working on inhalers.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but other than that, I'll tell you, I'm getting involved in the cannabis industry. I'm talking with a few different individuals that are looking for somebody to come in and project managing several build outs of these companies. And that cannabis industry is very interesting. It's something that we'll do a segment on, and maybe I'll bring some guys in that run this company. And but it's very interesting how they have to apply for licensings, and right. I believe the process was they require like $30,000 application fee, whether you get it or you
not.
don't.
Right. They want the money on. Hey,
the money, man.
They want the money. That's all it's about, man.
The state is every county in the state is allocating X amount of licenses. Some none.
Right.
But this company that I deal with was kind of enlightening me on a lot of that stuff, and I find it very interesting, especially when you look at the cannabis industry.
So you're going to be like sort of like an investor for someone's product?
More so.
Are you going to grow it at a facility?
No, nothing like that.
No.
So here's what was approached to me. They need to build. I think they have in the makings like 18 to 19 storefronts.
Okay.
So I have a good buddy that works for this company. He's like, hey, we want you to be the main contractor. We want you to build our stores. We'll find the locations. We'll buy the buildings. You gut them, and then you build them to our specs.
Okay.
They give me plans, and I build them. But there's a few interesting parts in there that I'm negotiating and talking about, and can't get too much into it, But it's just interesting how it's kind of full circle and how it's coming around. But like me and anything I do, I want to ask questions. What about this industry? What's it doing? Where's it going? Investment wise and things of that nature. And it's pretty interesting, man. I'll tell you, a lot of people are interested in it, and a lot of people don't want nothing to do with it. Right? It's almost like it's that stereotypical drug that people they don't even want to talk about, marijuana.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But in my mind, marijuana is a lot less corrosive to the mind and body than alcohol.
Yeah, I believe
Correct?
that. Yeah,
I haven't heard anybody OD on fucking on marijuana. I heard a guy's getting pretty hammered, but I never heard anybody ODing.
Right.
And alcohol will kill you.
Right.
But I think the government is coming in and trying to regulate these things. And like I said, it's still a stereotypical no drug, right? Oh, you smoke marijuana?
Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, I think out here in LA, I mean, it's more common. You got a lot of those little stationary buildings that sell the medical marijuana, I mean, legally. So, I mean, it's more common out here because you see them all over. I got one up the street, and you know, you see them all over. And it's a little more common than it is probably out there.
It's pretty common out here. They got Caliva, which is one of the biggest distribution companies, supposedly in the world. They're number one in the world. But I just don't know enough about it, and it intrigues me because of the fact of each state or each county is taxed accordingly, which is interesting, right? Like he was saying, they don't want to do too many in the Bay Area, like San Jose, because the tax rate's 6%, and your profit margins they limit you.
Right.
So it's not a win-win. But if you cross over to Berkeley, it may be 0.5%. Hey, now we're making loot, right?
Yep.
So these guys, what they do is they go from county to county to county to county, and they're actually traded on the stock exchange. And what they do is they just start buying up as many licenses as they can, right?
Okay.
And they spend millions upon millions in buying these licenses, and they get them. And now once they have them in hand, it's almost like a liquor license. They only allow so many liquor licenses in certain areas, right? Now the hard part is they're trying to govern these guys as far as rules and regulations, right?
Well, they always try to. They try to. I think the government tries to do that, regardless. They want their cut, and if they get their cut, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but as long as you follow the regulations of the government, it shouldn't be no problem. But I watched there was something on Netflix I watched months ago, and it was very interesting. It had to do with the cannabis and how the people up north by your neck of the woods, they're growing it out there, and then they have these people that go up there and they hire them, and then shit happened or whatever happened, and then there was some killing going on over there. Murder Island or Murder Mountain or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was on Netflix. It was good. Yeah. It was a good flick. But they were talking about the regulations, how the government regulates and tries to, hey, Uncle Sam wants his cut, it's going to get its cut. You know what I'm saying? But then it kind of, the people who are actually out there doing it legitimately, they're up against the people that are doing it illegally, and, they clash. You know what I'm saying?
That's another good point, because, it's like, here's a perfect analogy of the tobacco industry.
Yeah.
Right?
Another one.
Tobacco. If you're a mom and pop shop and you have a tobacco store, and then you get guys going over to Mexico, bringing over truckloads of cigarettes, right? And they're not being taxed like the mom and pop store is.
Right.
That's the battle you're going to have.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing. They're bringing truckloads. I mean, a big rig truckloads of cigarettes from Mexico here and not having to pay all the tax on it.
Oh yeah.
And so you're going to find that same thing with, what do they call it? The black market, or, wherever guys are growing pot somewhere and they're selling it to dispensaries without having to pay the tax on it, right? And then they just hide it in the books.
Oh yeah. So you know that Uncle Sam's going to get his cut, and that's the bottom line.
Well,
So-
that's like anything we do. Right? It's like anything you do. Someone will find something to get underneath that thing and not have to pay it.
So did you check out the situation out in Texas about the abortion? You heard about that?
I didn't hear about that. No. Enlighten me a little bit.
Well, a little bit. I don't know all the details, but from what I do know and what I'm reading here, it's a little bit that Texas kind of bans abortion. So it says Texas banned abortion at 6 weeks, one of the strictest laws in the United States. Okay?
Right now, I remember hearing about this.
So this is interesting because I know this is going to Supreme Court for sure.
Oh, no
This is
doubt.
good. You know what I mean? With all the advocate people out there, this is going to Supreme Court, you know?
Yeah.
But they're basically, in my eyes, and make it simple for people out there, is the government or the state is trying to dictate. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm getting it. You can't dictate to a woman what she can do with her body. You can't do that.
Right.
You can't, because you just can't. It's just immoral. I think.
wrong.
It's
Yeah,
wrong.
I think it's too. I
You know
think
what
it's
I'm saying?
wrong to tell somebody that they have. Well, I do. Now here's a perfect topic on this. The other thing is with the vaccine. If you can't make somebody take the vaccine.
You can't.
And I think it's wrong to say, if you don't take the vaccine, you can't work here. I think that's wrong. I really do. Depending on what service line of work it is, I think it's wrong. And I think you're messing with people's livelihoods because, and I think that's wrong. And unfortunately, I know it's wrong in my heart to tell a woman that you don't have a right to do something to your body.
Right.
Or do something to you. It's like somebody telling, hey, Flip, you got to grow your hair out, bro. You can't go bald no more.
Oh, I got a better one. Hey, Brown, you got to get your nuts clipped, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
What? Hey, that happened in China. That's in China. You're only allowed so many kids. So, yeah, exactly. That's
Say
in China.
Unbelievable, bro. You can't do it's just you can't do that. It's immoral. I really don't believe that should happen. But CNN over here's got Texas ban on abortion beyond 6 weeks before many women even know they have conceived.
Yeah.
So it's a gap between the United States and other leading Democrat cities, I guess.
Looking at
Democracies, other leading democracies.
At a news heading here, it says Supreme Court denies request to block Texas abortion law.
What?
23 hours ago, NBC News. It's on YouTube.
Wow.
Haven't watched it. It's right here, but for some reason,
well, I got the states right here highlighted in color, and it says there's plenty of other states, not just Texas, though. But you got one that's there in brown, 6 weeks since last menstrual period. You got one you got in orange that's 24 weeks. You got, so it just goes by 20 weeks, 22 weeks, no limit. So Texas is the big one, and then you got You got another, what is that? Minnesota? No, it's not Minnesota. You got Arkansas, Oklahoma, Georgia, even Florida.
Hey, here's something interesting. Listen to this. Portland City Council votes to end trade with travel with Texas in response to abortion law.
See?
Crazy.
I don't get it. This is fucking weird.
I don't know. But if I am correct, and I hope somebody can correct me out there that's listening, if I'm correct, the federal government does not have any jurisdiction to every state, to each state. States follow their own rules.
Yes, they do, but Brown, federal law is federal law. It's that's why we have the Constitution, man. The state can't step on your constitutional right.
We need to get somebody on here. I'm going to find somebody on this because this is cool. This is a great topic.
It is. It's something I would like to talk about. I'm for the women here. Here's what I say. Okay, so a young teenage girl gets raped. She gets pregnant during the process. She needs the abortion. I mean, legitimate reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's others that take way beyond, and it's out of control. But that's their body. That's their right. That's their choice to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Or the other thing is, what if they have a maybe? Because you know what they do is they test babies now. When you get older and you're having a baby, they can test to see if there's any deformities. What if a baby's majorly disformed?
Right.
And then they would, they would in California.
Well, they said 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. You can't tell.
6 weeks. They're saying we're going to wait for a pulse. You have to make a decision. If that fetal does not have a pulse, then you're good. But if it starts to have a pulse, then you're considered its life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I get that, but it's still it's the woman's choice. You know,
right.
and look, we're both fathers here. We're both fathers here. If my daughter came to me and what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make the best decision for your daughter. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Your life is precious, but we've really got to sit down and talk about this, right? I mean, I don't have a daughter, so but you do. So you have 2 daughters. That's right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's. I'm for the women. I really am. I'm for abortion in the right sense. You know what I mean? Because it needs to be. It needs to be there. It needs to be in place. But for Texas to go out, or any other state to go out and say no, that's it. We're stepping in on this. No. Go screw yourself. Because you know what's going to happen, Brown? Other states are going to be overwhelmed with all these other people, all these teenage girls and even adults being flushed with this scenario here. And you know what I mean? Oh, I can't do it in Texas, so I got to go travel to fucking California just to have an abortion. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's nah, come on. Or you'll have more unwanted births and knocking at the door, fire department, here's my baby. You know what I mean? You're going to have more of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
we live in a crazy time, man. I'll tell you, I've never, I can't imagine, and I wish my dad was still alive, because he'd be, I would love to ask him, has there been a time ever that's been this effed up?
Yeah, this is just. It almost seems like the world is coming to an end, or a new beginning, or something. Something is really. It's really crazy, man.
That's the thing, and I was always very skeptical. Like, I can't even say it. I've always been a skeptic on the media. And I always thought, nah, they're not going to do that. They're not going to say that. And let me tell you, they do say shit. And the media can control things more than you know. And that's what makes it a little disheartening for me, because of I think with all the people, we just live in a time of social media when anybody can just go on a rant and rave and put it out, and people will go like this. Oh yeah, I believe him. And there's no substance, there's no validity, there's no scientific. There's just a guy out there ranting and raving and saying things, and people will just jump. They go, "Fuck, he answered the question. That's it. I'm going with it." And people just start to do that. Just like the COVID. Oh, it's bad for you. Here's one of the things that bother me. I got the shot. Okay, I got the shot. I'm okay with it. Okay, because when I was a kid, I got a vaccine also. I got the measles. I got the chickenpox shot. I get the flu shot. Doesn't bother me. Okay, I'm okay with that. But when you get people out there that contradict and think that this is something that's going to kill a lot of people, and you don't know what you're. Wait till 4 or 5 years down the road. Wait till you see what happens. Listen, people. I think we've been working on this COVID shit for 15 to 20 years, and people don't realize that. And then what makes me even more madder is you get our current president, Joe Biden, saying that he's going to incentivize you to get the shot.
Well,
man. You can't.
You
I
got,
mean,
you
you're
got.
making it worse.
I hear you.
You know, Gavin Newsom giving out lottery tickets. We're going to pick and give $1 million. Get your vaccinate. Dude, you know what? You're making it into a game, and it's not for real, and it's not funny. That's my view, right? To me, when you're trying to coax me, I don't like to be coaxed. You know, I feel uncomfortable when I hear somebody say, listen, if you go out and get your vaccine, not that it's good enough, not that it's good enough that you're going to save your life and other people's lives, but fuck, I'm going to throw in some lottery tickets and fuck, you might get your trip to Hawaii. Come on, man. You.
So you think that's wrong to give that incentive? But okay, so
I think it's wrong.
So here's another thing. Company says, hey, an incentive. We're going to give you 16 hours pay time if you provide your vaccine card. We'll give you 16 hours free money. Just provide me the vaccine and you got 16 hours.
That's a little I'm not saying that's way different. It's a little different. It's a little different because it's not only is it incentivizing you on that, which is the part that I think is the same, but the other thing is they're just asking you to give them the card. So whether you got vaccinated or not, do you have a choice at work to get vaccinated?
Yeah, you have a choice. You do have a choice. They're not making you.
If you're not vaccinated, can you still drive the bus?
Yes.
There it is. Then I think you gotta have to make that choice. But if I'm a vaccinated guy and my company says, and I'm already vaccinated, and they say, hey, Dave, shoot me over your vaccination card and we'll give you 16 hours. You goddamn straight I'm gonna do it. Here you go. And I'll take my 16 hours. You see the difference?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. It's a little different, but it's still the same. You're incentivizing guys to do it or not. And I don't like that because this is life and death. I know what you, but I don't. I'm not a big fan of. I'm just not a big fan of it. I think it's cheesy.
All right. Okay.
You know?
Okay. So
I want people to chime in on this because I
want people to tune in, hit the chat box later down the road. We get the chat. I monitor the chat. So if you're watching this later down the road, hit the chat box and tell me what you think about that topic because it's it's weird. It's a debate. It's a debate.
What do you think?
I feel in a sense that it's wrong for them to kind of put that on people. You know, I get it. You're trying to push people to get their shots, be vaccinated, be up to date with that. I get that. So what's going to happen when, like Rebecca, director Rebecca Mendoza, who was on a show a couple of episodes back, mentioned that we're going to need boosters. What's going to happen then? 8 months. Hey, it's almost time already. It's almost time for those booster shots. What are we going to do then? People don't want to get their damn shot now.
I know. You're going to want to incentivize me? Fuck. Come on, man. I'm going to do it either way. I'm pot committed. I believe it saves lives. I do. Hey, listen, if the government, it's not a political party, but if the Pentagon says everybody in the military has to get this, that's pretty goddamn strong to step up and say it, right? It's not a joke. It's not like you have to go, why would they do that? Oh, it's political. Bullshit.
It's not political. I don't think it's political at all. If that's the case, then what's the deal with our flu shot then?
Exactly.
People die on the flu. Yep. I mean,
every year I get it.
I get a flu shot. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with that. No. Why should it be any different than the flu shot? Because it's just new. It's just new. That's it. FDA approved already. Get over it.
Yeah.
FDA approved it. Get over it. Get your vaccines. It's not a joke. People are dying. Go on YouTube. Look at these people on the news. They're crying in the hospital. They got a ventilator coming. Hey, they got a ventilator out of their mouths trying to speak, crying, and say, I wish I had gotten my vaccine.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't show that.
They don't show that, but hey,
they're doing this shit. There's a magnet and it's sticking to my arm and where my shot was, and it's like, really? Fuck, you think I'm that stupid? I'm gonna believe you? And then I've got friends that are sending me stuff saying, oh, well, there's a guy that's in Arkansas that did research for the last 15 years on COVID, and he's saying, by us taking this vaccine, it's detrimental to our body because we're putting a dead COVID cell synthetic in our body, and it's like, listen, we've got the best technology in the world. We have the best doctors in the world. Okay, and I don't care what anybody says, and by all means, I'm not saying people are dumb for not getting it. I am not saying, I think therefore, like the abortion right, you have the right to do it or don't.
Yes, I believe that. But if you choose not to get the shot, then wear a mask. Keep your social distance.
For your safety.
Yeah, do your part at least to help everybody else around you. Right. Don't be an idiot. Do your part. If you don't want it, that's your choice. Good for you. People got, and for once, this is, oh, by the way, Hypnosis is on. He says hello.
Hypnosis.
Yeah, so he's like, we got the flu booster every year. We did. It's true. Yep. So it's like this. A kid gets on my bus and says, I tell him, hey, you need to wear a mask. Well, I don't need to wear a mask. I don't want to wear a mask. Well, it's a federal law. You have to wear a mask on public transit. So it's a federal law. So if you don't want to wear a mask, that's your decision, but it's a federal law. So if I was to call the cops or the cops seeing you, I mean, it's time, something's going to happen. No so he says to me, well, are you telling me that I have to wear a mask? I said, no, I'm not telling you. You're a young man. You make your decision. Everybody else here on this bus is wearing a mask. Legally on the bus, everybody's having a mask. It's your decision what you want to do. You want to not wear a mask? Don't wear a mask. I'm not telling you not to wear a mask or to wear a mask. I'm saying it's a federal law for you to board a transportation without a mask.
Right.
You make the call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't be an idiot like that, guys. Don't be an idiot. If you don't want a shot, that's your choice. If the woman wants to choose to have an abortion, that's her choice to do what she pleases with her body. Yeah. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's not politics. It's not rocket scientists. I mean, if the girl gets raped, you're going to have a woman having a baby that's out of the rape part. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Come on, Texas, get your shit together.
Yeah, I agree.
Get your shit together. You just don't do that. That right there, my friend, deserves bullshit. All right. So we got Hypnosis. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate it. The Taliban. What's up with the Taliban?
Hey, get me all fired up right now, bro.
I'm going to get you fired up, bro. I'm going to get you fired up. Let's go.
I'll tell you what I want to do, though. I want to bring in a young man.
Hell no.
Let's go. Talk to me.
Hey, oh, hell no.
Let's get down.
I'm going to bring a young man in. Let me tell you a little bit about him. He's coming, and I'm going to try to get him by next week. Grew up in the Central Valley. Played water polo. I was a coach, a junior Olympic water polo coach. Went down to Irvine, tried out. Played in the Junior Olympics in Irvine. The Naval, the Navy has a team that comes out there. They come to scout for water polo. Okay. And they looked at this individual and they said, hey, we want you to apply for the Naval Academy because we want you to apply for our water polo team. And this young man said, okay, you're a sophomore in high school. And he says, these are the things you need to do. He followed the proper protocol, got a letter from Congress, got in. Got accepted into the Naval Academy, but also got accepted into West Point. Long story short, goes into West Point, 82nd Airborne Field Artillery officer, gets out, starts a corporation, booming, but he's got a lot of heart and he's got a lot of feelings about this whole thing about us pulling out that fast. And I have a lot of good information that I feel that why we should come out, and he's got a lot says we shouldn't.
Really? Or this is the same guy that says we shouldn't come out?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Well, there's a good topic we bring on the show Tuesdays, man.
I'm gonna see if I can get us set up for Tuesday's show. because we were talking hot and heavy about this topic, and I don't want to get too much into it because I want to save it for the show. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait to sink my claws into it, and I know he can't wait to sink his claws into it too.
I'm going to put a little brief. People know what's going on overseas. Today in the news we have the Taliban spokesperson warns U.S. not to interfere with their culture treatment of women. Okay, we're talking about women right now. We're talking about women, the abortion, rights and stuff that's stripped from them in Texas and other states. We're talking about, the vaccine, things that pertain to us people, you know what I'm saying, on a daily basis. And this, my friend, is a very interesting topic that we will be bringing up Tuesday. I think, the way they treat their women out there is insane, first of all. But that's their country. You know what I'm saying? That's their country.
Right.
However, that I believe Taliban, I'm sorry, that country does not belong to Taliban. It belongs to the people, and it needs to be freed. Yes, I feel that it needs to be democracy there. I really do. Every country should have democracy, but we live in modern times, and it's very tough. What we should not have is dictation. No one in this world should be a dictator. They should all be, this is my personal opinion, hang them.
But I'll tell you what, let me jump in here now, because I kind of disagree to agree.
Let's do it.
I'll tell you why.
Hell no!
Tell
Why?
me why.
Oh, hell no. I'll tell you why, man. Because this has been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Maybe thousands of years. Right?
Okay.
And this is one of my biggest gripes. If this is the way they run their country, then they should run it the way they want it. Now, what makes me feel that way, I hate to get into it because I ain't going to stop. And we ain't got enough.
No, we briefly should chat on that. We have time.
What drives me bonkers is this, Flip. What makes me go crazy is this. You ain't going to change the way these guys are. That's their livelihood. That's their culture. It's embedded in them. Listen, we were there for 20 years and we trained them. We gave them guns. We gave them everything they needed to maintain. And we were hoping that they could handle themselves.
Yes.
They lost the country in 5 days, Flip.
I know.
The whole country, 5 days.
That's the refugees were hanging out of the damn freaking plane's wheels. Okay, because they were trying to get out of that country because of the Taliban taking over.
But like my biggest argument was with that individual earlier. I don't care if we stay there 50 years. If we pack up and leave, it folds like a book. And that's exactly what they did. I don't want us to lose any more soldiers there.
I don't either. I don't think we should lose any soldiers. But
Right.
But Brown, we can't have dictation in this world.
But you're never going to
can't.
change it. You're never going to change it. And we've got issues for me.
I agree. I agree that, their country should be run the way they want to run it. Any country should be the way they want. But why do we have, what is it, the United Nations? Why do we have them?
We have the United Nations for other reasons. We have it for other reasons. For war, to dictate, to pull things aside and say, okay, if you two are going to go at it, there's not going to be any of this shit going on. That's what the UN is for. United Nations to help protect things. Now, nobody's overturning anything. All they're doing is we're pulling out and let the people listen.
They're letting them run their show, but he's saying right here, it says they don't want U.S. to be interfering with their culture, period. And the treatment of the way they treat their women.
And that's what we're doing. We're interfering with their culture.
Okay, I get that.
We are.
I get that. It's their culture. It's their region over there.
Culture, man. You know
what I'm saying?
They got a taste of our culture and they love it. Right? So when we pull out,
they don't want to go back.
The time is
they don't want to go back. And then when we pull out, what do
PM.
these fuckers do? They fold like a book. Here you go. Take the guns. We don't want no trouble. Taliban, it's all yours. That's the problem. Whether we're there for 20 years or 50 years, I guarantee you if we pull out, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Hypnosis says, ask for me if he knows what we're doing over there. The question goes for both of you. So,
well, the reason why we were there, okay, is because they were harboring Osama bin Laden at the time.
yes.
And they were harboring terrorists.
Right.
So what did we do? We jumped into that backyard and we knocked the fence down and we said, that shit's not going to go on here no more.
Right.
So we stopped the harboring of all these terrorists. You know, because Afghanistan was like the leading terrorist hosting country.
Right. Probably still is.
Osama, and it is now. Because now I'm reading the Taliban is trying to go after ISIS.
Yeah, see.
It's a nonstop battle, man. But
it is.
But this other individual.
You think we should pull out? You think we should? I mean, look, I got friends in the military. I have relatives in the military, and I'm so worried for my niece that's out there. You know,
Exactly.
And gotta be with her. You know, but
And maybe I'm looking at things wrong, and maybe I need to get enlightened, like Manny enlightened me about police excessive force. And that's what this individual is going to do because he was stationed in Kosovo. He got to see the dirty, nasty stuff in Kosovo, right?
Hold on one thing. Director Rebecca Mendoza just commented on the comment lines. She says, that was sad. It could have done better. We have a responsibility to help them have a democracy country over there.
Right. But you can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves.
Yeah, but it's not that they don't want to help. They do want to help themselves. The problem is that they're overwhelmed or either scared by the Taliban.
Well, and that's the thing. They have to learn how to overcome that fear.
They need to get a backbone. They need to stand their ground on their own sand. You know what I'm saying? They got to have the power. They have to provide themselves. And I thought that's what we were doing. We were sending our troops over there, training them, you know, giving them weapons and stuff and training them. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that's what we're doing is training their people to protect themselves, to have a better government over there, to train their own selves, you know? And what happens? It just falls apart in 5 days.
The whole country. The whole country.
That's insane.
So what is enough? Do we just say, fuck it, let's put our stakes in the ground and this is our new spot? You can't do that. You can't do that.
You know, let me tell you, sooner or later, you know, one of the president's going to have to make a decision here and say, hey, you know what? We're not having this shit.
Yeah.
We're taking out the Taliban. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. But,
taking out ISIS.
Oh, yeah, take out ISIS.
Well, ISIS is a very bad, nasty group of individuals. The Taliban's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years. They're like their police force or their, I don't know what you'd call the proper terminology. They've been there for years. They've ran countries, but they're warlords also, right? Yeah. They've stopped little small pockets of bad ISIS, you know, prior to ISIS. They stopped those things, but now there's a big battle between, you know, ISIS and the Taliban. Now the Taliban saying, hey.
I'm sorry.
You guys take this side and we'll take that side. And that's what I'm saying, man.
Let me tell you, I got a comment here by Hypnosis that says that we should take we have tons of self-made homeless here who can help.
Exactly.
Hey. You know what? Miss Rebecca also says it's going to bite us later. So I guess it's going to bite us later if we do that. So they don't want democracy in their country. They live the way they want us. They want us living, invading, I guess. That's what Hypnosis says. So
live like America, man. I think
Rebecca just commented right now, if homeless people want help, is there choices unless they have mental issues? Well, you're giving a choice to the homeless to protect their land, or you know, or what? To send them over there. I mean, rather than our troops. I mean,
no,
but really, come on, Brown? Do we really need our troops on the land over there? Do we really need our government over there to?
And I'll tell you that was my big topic with that individual because of the fact of without us there, things won't get done. You know, um, I don't know. Man, I can't wait to bring this individual on because he's going to give us so much insight. And when I started talking to him about this, I had to stop the conversation. I stopped it. And I said, no more. Save it. I'm putting you on the podcast. I need to hear your point of view.
So here's what this guy's saying in Taliban. I'm reading right now. It says, quote, there will be no issues about the women's rights. No problem about their education, their work, he added. But we should not be after changing each other's cultures.
Right.
As we are not intending to change your culture. That's a quote from this Taliban. Telling the American people.
Easier said than done for him because you're not gonna. Here's the one thing that America is we pride ourselves on is fuck man, we're go getters, man. We don't fucking play games. You know, I think what we do is we handle our business and we take care of a lot of things. I'll tell you the one thing that bothered me too is when Russia took over that little country there on the border so they can have water rights.
Right.
To use that sea. Now that should have been stopped.
Right.
That should have been ex-nate. They should have threw Russia out of there. Russia just took that little country. I can't remember. Is it Croatia or somewhere? Right there on the water. It had a water right. They wanted the waterway rights, and they went in and they took that little country. They just drove over and took it.
I mean, it seems like that's happening all over again now with this Taliban issue. They want to take their land back. I think what they're doing is they want America. They want America out. Period. They don't want to be told They don't want to be told by Americans what to do in their own land. And I get that. We don't want to be told what to do in our land. If you know what I'm saying. So I get that, but is it necessary for us to have our troops on their soil? And I'm sure we're doing top op secrets there in the first place, but we don't belong there. We don't.
Right.
We don't belong there. We don't.
No.
Okay, it's their land. Yes, we can give them support. Yes, always, but you have to allow them to figure it out for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, if there's, let's just say inhumane stuff going on over there and they're killing, people left and right for stupid stuff, which there probably are. Yeah, then we should step in and, and be like, oh, no, this is not happening, But
1 second. Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Time out. We'll take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back. It's not a biggie. One second, guys. We'll take a quick break.
One quick break.
One quick break.
Pump those brakes, baby. You're tuned into Generation Flip. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. I was sorry about the quick little break there we got going on there. Little out of So basically talking about open topics right now. I got a lot of people in comments talking about a lot of stuff here. So let's read on to the comments. Sorry about that. We got hypnosis. Let's bring it back. We have tons of self-made homeless. Okay. Rebecca says that's what America does. Take over. Rebecca Mendoza, if homeless people want help, it's their choice. Okay. Hypnosis, actually, we're giving the homeless rights, fix our home before we fix anybody else. I believe on that one. I feel that America should be focused on America, right, and its people. You know, that should come first. Right. So I'm with you on that, Hypnosis. He also goes on and says, touch how much U.S. expanded. Yeah, well, you know what? It's a war going on for many years, like Brown said. I mean, the Taliban, you know, they're we all know that region is pretty effed up over there. So, right, you know, right. But you know what? We're going to talk about this. Brown's got someone he's going to bring on the show. Very intelligent person. Been in the force, and Kent Pendleton.
No, West Point graduate, went to West Point.
There you go, yep. West Point. So we'll have him on the show, interviewing him, you know, on his take. Great debate there, because this is going to be back and forth, disagree and not disagree. Guys, again, I appreciate you tuning in, and you know, if you guys tune in a little later, drop a like, or, you know, and subscribe if you have it. Also, you know, hit the comments. We'll check the comments out. You guys want to talk about something or have any ideas to make this channel a little better? By all means, hit us up. Let us know. Back to the topic with this Taliban guy, you know, and women's rights for abortions. We talked about that a little earlier today. We talked about the COVID, a little issue I had on the bus. Texas, you know, banned, you know, abortion rights, slapping on the females, and I think it's wrong. Taliban spokesman says that we shouldn't butt into their culture. I mean, they're treating their women the way they want it to be treated. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it goes. We shouldn't have a right to step in on over there. Let them run their country. Let them do what, you know, that needs to be done over there, and that's it. But other people say differently, like myself. You know, hey, don't let shit happen over there. We got to step in at some point. We got to step in.
If there's inhumanitarian things going on where they're killing and beating the women, and you got to step in, man. We got to put our foot down. I'm all for that.
Right.
You shouldn't beat a woman.
Right. Well, you know, those guys out there, they don't know, man. Those guys are crazy out there, bro.
Yeah. And, you know, if they start doing that and start killing girls and, you know, trying to do genocide, you got no choice but to step in. I'll lead them in.
Hey, but let me tell you, it's not just the men, because I'm going to tell you, I've seen stuff. The women out there, they're strapped with bombs too.
Right.
They're women out there strapped with bombs. They're making children teaching children to hate American people. So, you know, that I can't tolerate. You know what I mean? That I can't tolerate at all. So, you know, it is what it is. We're going to touch bases on that, you know, probably coming this Tuesday, if not maybe Friday, next Friday, guys. It is a long weekend. By the way, it is Labor Day weekend. So, you guys, you know, enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Let's hit this. Rebecca says, yeah, I agree. Avoid these terrorists from making an official government. Yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that oh man, what's wrong? Yeah, there we go. All right.
They should vote on it like a normal democracy.
Well, Brown, let me tell you something. They should, but isn't that what we did in the first place? Didn't we take and try to fix things up over there already?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's up to the people.
You know
if
what
the
I'm
people
saying?
can't step up and fight for their own rights, then by golly, then don't complain. I know it sounds ruthless. I know it sounds terrible. It sounds shitty. But by golly, there's a lot more people than there is the Taliban there. You know, you got people in the villages. You got people in the mountains. You got people in the city. They need to step up and say, no, we want a democracy. And if the Taliban says no, you're going to do it our way, then that's a human rights violation. Then that's where we should step in and say, hey, wait a minute, these guys want to do something politically correct, but then again, maybe I'm going back and forth. I don't know. Maybe I'm being.
No, I mean, you do have a good point there, Brown. You do have a good point, but you're also going to have people disagreeing that we're the Americans, we're the Americans. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to get our asses over there, and we're going to f them up because we're Americans.
I don't think too many Americans are saying that. I think more
I don't know. I know some dudes. I know some dudes, pretty tough dudes, man. They're really for this country, man. And I'm for this country, man. I was born an American. I love this country. I love this country. You know what I'm saying? And if I could serve, I would serve. And that's the bottom line. But Taliban terrorist bullshit, I can't tolerate that shit. I really can't. You know what I mean? And I don't think most people can't tolerate that shit. It needs to stop. And we don't know what to do. Bomb the hell out of them? Blow them off the world? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do, guys? You know what I'm saying? What can we do? Hit us up. Let us know what you guys think out there. Brown, on another note, man, talk to me, man. What else you got out there? What else topic you got, man? What do you want to talk about?
I think we're going to get into a couple of more weeks of heavy topics, and I think we got to slide into some fun. Maybe we talk a little bit about gaming. We talk about some of the new games coming out. Call of Duty's got a new one coming out. Let's get into some sports. I'm going to line up my boys to get them lined up in here. And let's really see what's going on, because there's a lot to do with sports going on.
Right. Yep. We got a lot of sports.
We got a lot of things we can talk about. You got the Dodgers there this weekend, and we got the Giants.
We got the Yankees. The
Yankees. Oh, you're a Yankee. I thought you were LA. My
I'm
bad.
a Yankee, baby. Yankee all the way, baby.
We're battling the Dodgers tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. I might catch a game. I'm not too sure. Okay. But we got a big battle. Right now, we're tied in the in the baseball division, our league.
Right.
Division, us and the Dodgers, and it's always BLA. And this is not Dodger Blue, by the way. This is I can't even say navy blue because
Victoria Blue.
Victoria Blue. Hey, put that. Hell no.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap things up right now. I appreciate you guys hitting up the chat and the comments. Make sure you drop some comments in there. Like the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to it. And long weekend, so enjoy your safe weekend. Make sure you have a safe weekend out there. And we will be back Tuesday. And Brown will have some more on his special guest coming up. So totally appreciate it, guys. Much love. Be safe and have a great weekend. Tune in to next time.
All righty.